Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name's Godspeed, and this is my Utopia world. Um, episode 5, I get a little bit more progress done. There's a whole lot of paths that I mentioned need to be cleaned up. I immediately start by collecting all the crops that have finally fully grown. I haven't done anything farming related really. Um, in terms of the skills and stuff, I've planted it down. I would not have willingly put down all that beetroot. I had a farmer for a little bit of time, but he kept picking it up, and I wasn't able to collect the crops myself to be able to spread it out and make it start growing. So I had to. Luckily, I didn't trade with him, but I removed that job site so that I could start letting it fully grow. So the beetroot's because of him, but I think I still planted it down again because you know it would just be worthwhile to get experience points any way I can by planting crops. So I was just looking because I collected enough to immediately level up my farmer's ability to get farmer's luck, which means there's a 50% chance that I get experience points every time I break a crop, and those are real experience points for my level. Um, the lumberjack ability also has that for wood, so that's pretty good, and they can both be leveled up. Where it gives first levels 10%, then 10, 10, and then more experience, and then another 10, I think is what it showed. Um, Basically increasing my odds where eventually it'll be basically every single thing that I break crop wise will be giving me experience. But 50% is already good enough that it's a pretty good way of earning XP, which is why I really like the RPG add-on because it just reduces a lot of grinding that I need to do for the game. It just makes it much more enjoyable. Obviously, I'm still spending a lot of time playing the game, but it's a less of all those tedious tasks. I'll be able to create more things with a lot less time put in because I'm gonna have to do IRL stuff all the time. So I was able to make enough profit training with the Fletchers by chopping down all these trees in my little perimeter I've made that I afforded a diamond axe, my first diamond tool. So happy to have it. It has silk touch too, or not silk touch too, but it also has silk touch, as well as I don't know what the other thing was. It doesn't really matter. It's not. I don't think it's efficiency or anything, but it's good. Point is, it's a diamond tool. I relocated the villagers because or like the beds because I wanted to put more beds down but also start getting more infrastructure in place, more organized. So I'm going to build a little hut kind of in a similar design to just what a normal village will be like. I could update these over time and just keep adding more detail or swapping the block palette as I collect more resources because I'm kind of just relying on what I have at on hand. I haven't been too particular about what I'm choosing to do because for the series I don't really have too many goals in mind. It's just I'm gonna play. I'm gonna keep trying to accomplish something each session. This session I want to be able to be a little bit more protected and stuff. I mean that's kind of the goal. The past few things, but now my village is a nice safe haven. I need to make it livable. So I'm already up in, the level of I guess building or, design because I put stone bricks and cracked stone bricks to give it a little bit more texture rather than just normal cobblestone for this build. Uh, I might color all the beds because I like red more. Other than that, I feel like this build is pretty cool. I'll maybe repurpose it at some point if my villager needs expand where I need more homes, or I could just build another structure similar to this on a different area of the perimeter. But yeah, this is good for the needs right now. Bane of Arthropods 3 is the enchant that came with, which, I mean, is nice. I told you earlier that on a previous video, I had a spider break in, which is the only real threat besides Enderman that could happen now in my base, since I have everything pretty well lit. I guess the only other thing I could do to make my base even more safe is probably just double checking all the roofs to make sure if there is a full block of like area on that very top that it's either a half slab or I just put some lighting on the top of my houses so that literally no spaces within my base within Utopia. I'll need to start calling it Utopia. Within Utopia, that is completely protected. So I already think I finished doing all the paths at this point because I'm not gonna show every little bit, but yeah, I already straightened out all the paths. Um, and now I'm just trying to lay out where I'm gonna be putting things down. The house, I want to maybe start doing some different types of wood. I know I traveled, 12,000 blocks, so I should have picked up saplings, but I'm also very squishy right now where I don't have good armor still. And when I was traveling, I definitely didn't have good armor. So at a certain point, I'll probably go back out exploring to get more saplings. I was able. No, that was on a previous world. I've been looking every single time that there's a wandering trader because they'll spawn frequently. I'm really hoping to get different types of wood at some point because that'll save me some effort. I did, I think, trade with one to get acacia wood unlocked, so that might be beneficial to start growing that a little bit. I'm thinking as the base fills up, I will have just a ton of houses and things, and this will just be where all my villagers exist. And then I could create another wall outside of this one to be just another layer, and it'll be maybe like 20 blocks further than this previous area. And so I'll still try and leave it nice and hilly and everything, like varying levels, but bake it, not bake it, make it where there's trees and stuff there. And you can see on the right, I have placed down a whole new structure as well. Very simple. It's not even automatic or anything because I don't have any iron to make it where I can automatically put fuel in or automatically take materials out. But to that right, I have a little smelting area. Wasn't able to use it because literally all of my resources have been gone to getting more emeralds, where I don't have any sort of fuel because I haven't been mining stone to find coal eventually or anything like that. So as of right now, my only source of fuel has been the wood. And then, like I said, it's just been converting all the wood to sticks to get more emeralds, to get me more equipped to leveling with the villagers, to unlock this axe, to just chop down more wood, and then also eventually to get diamond armor, because I didn't spend time leveling up the stonemason or the toolsmith. I was purely just trying to get to a weapon, and I never bought a sword, but I think I did unlock the sword trade for a diamond sword through the weaponsmith, so I'll probably save up and buy that because it's only 17 emeralds, I believe. So at some point I'll do that, but and diamond axe is really good anyways. The trees in my base weren't spawning frequently enough, so I did make my way over and chop down some trees in this forest over here, but it's not close enough to my base for anything new to be spawning here anyways. So I kind of need to be working on that next episode, I think, where I do that whole maybe 20 blocks out, 15 blocks out from my base, do a whole nother perimeter, light it up, and then that'll be my tree farm. I'll still keep the tree farm in my base for now, but eventually I'm not going to have any room for trees to be growing because I'm just going to have a ton of little houses with villagers, or like I have that furnace thing. I might also do one for beehives because with how many trees were spawning, I did get a good amount of bee nests. So that would be something cool to also have where I have it. I don't think I mentioned it, but I noticed shears on accident because you right click to shear sheep. That is actually another thing that I can use for my saturation. So I can actually have a tool in my hand rather than having leather to enable the saturation effect. So there's basically no need for me to like ever have food on hand. At some point I will like to keep food on hand. I want to have a stack of golden apples. I think would be really cool to have, but at the moment I don't have any golden apples. But with the amount of trees that I'm cutting down, I'll have definitely a good amount of apples to convert into that. And you saw I used up basically the whole entire diamond axe. So now, taking advantage of the uncrafting table, I converted that into 2 diamonds. Diminishing returns, but hey, I didn't have to mine for these diamonds at all. So this is perfectly fine by me. I do bite the bullet, and I was debating on this, and I did give in. I did do this trade where it's a terrible trade, but I traded a whole diamond for that chance of just leveling it up much faster because man, the chopping the trees and stuff, especially with how slow it seemed that they were regrowing, it just made so much more sense to do that to save some time because it's never made sense before because on a normal world it would take way longer for me to find diamonds. It made no sense to do that trade, but in this world I'll probably be doing that. It'd be a good amount to be getting them leveled up at least. Later on, it doesn't make sense because 1 diamond for 1 emerald, awful, totally not equivalent. But to level them up, yes. Yeah, 4 beehives. It looked like they're 4 or 5. Some of them have bees in them. I think some of them didn't. Because I just wasn't patient and waited till night to do that. Because I know it's safe, but I always try and sleep. And yes, I did get an acacia sapling and a cactus from the villager or wandering trader, and they spawn so frequently on Bedrock Edition. On Java, it feels like I have a problem being able to get them to spawn. They just never want to show up. But I don't know why. It's like I'm so inviting. It's not like I immediately chop them down. You know. They don't have what I want. Spoiler, I kind of do, but they're a good, you know, lead farm. I never had to craft a lead on Bedrock Edition, I don't think. So, yeah. What was, oh, I keep bumping my mic. What else? What else? Yeah, I don't know. I fully kind of organized this last episode, so you're getting. I didn't showcase it too much of like what's inside, but you can see how much quote unquote wealth I have. Any wood I have, I just immediately use. There's not really been much need for collecting dirt anymore. That was something I had to be worried about, but I was gonna flatten out the terrain a little bit. That's why I have the diamond shovel, but I didn't really do that too much. I mean, I used it a little bit, but yeah. I ended up buying another diamond axe purely to just I think I bought 2 of them actually to convert into pure diamonds so that I could level up the villagers even more because this was taking so long. I planted all of this is just pumpkin, but it's just another thing so that I can passively be going every so often, getting more experience for farming, and that way I don't have to worry about the crops having to fully grow in order to collect them. I mean, every time a pumpkin appears, boom, that's more basically experience for farming up, leveling up my farming skill, and then just experience levels. Every chance I get, I've been using them, the points, because it takes, I think, 5 to level up a skill once, and then 10 the next, 15 the next, 20 after that. So every additional level, it cost 5 more levels than the previous one. So an ability can get up to level 5. So doing that, it would cost, let's do some quick math. 25 at the max, then 45. 15 would make it 60. 75 levels total, right? I think to max out an ability. I haven't maxed out any abilities yet, but I did invest in the haste ability. I also invested in the farming luck, and then eventually, I don't know if I unlocked it yet at this point in the video, but I do level up the I keep forgetting lumberjack ability. That skill. I leveled up that one because it had, I don't know what the skill is called, but the one that gives experience for chopping down trees, because I'm going to be chopping down a ton of trees, given Fletchers are my main source of money right now. I might do a few more Fletchers as my capabilities increase in terms of getting trees, because I need to make just that whole area around my base. I have now come up with this idea. I'm dead set on it. I will be doing that next session, where I'll just go around the base and making more trees, making that area all nice and lit up, flattening it out a little bit because I don't want everything to be completely flat. But there we go. Finally got some diamond armor. You can see Prot 2 boots and Feather Falling 3, which is just so good because I fall too much. And then the diamond armor, I don't know if I showed it, but it has a few enchants. I don't think it's really anything important. It's I'm pretty sure that's projectile protection, which isn't too bad, but all in all, it was kind of boring this session, not gonna lie, with all the chopping of trees. Next session might be a little boring too, but yeah, I'll make do. Getting all the land flattened out. I mean, there's a nice bit of water there, so I'm gonna just cover up that with a layer of dirt. But thank you for watching. I was able to increase my farms, get diamond armor, level up some villagers, as well as just make the base look a lot more clean with the pass being cleaned up and everything, and acquired some diamonds to spare. So I might use those to craft some tools, or it might just be good to repair armor. So thank you for watching. I will take my little thumbnail photo now, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.